So we live in a world with loads of different technology. We can personalize every aspect of the customer journey. We have AI doing this. We have AI doing seemingly anything. But I think without getting the core data right, you're not going to be able to get the best out of those tools. And it's the same with the customer experience. Whether that's discovering products, navigating around the website, for us it is getting that data right at the beginning and optimizing it. So I'm going to touch upon a little bit about our approach at Heels. But for those who don't know the business, we first opened our door in 1810. We have been around the Tottenham Court Road for most of that time. And, we see ourselves as innovators through our own furniture, our own development, but also showcasing, premium brands across the UK and beyond. We're no different from a lot of retailers. We have similar challenges to, I guess, a lot of you guys have. We have a very wide range of products. We do everything from tea towels and cups to these complicated tables where you can configure 8 different options. There's a real difference in classification for our products, but there's also a real difference in how a customer perceives and how a customer wants to buy it. So a challenge for us is to understand all those different requirements and then integrating this into our customer journeys. So there's a lot that goes into it, but if I had to kind of summarize it into 4 parts, firstly, it's about just utilizing our staff's knowledge. Then it's about diving into all the data we have, having a nose at our competitors, seeing what other people are doing, but then monitoring and analysing everything, making sure we're learning and developing. We have, I would say, the best and most engaged staff that I've ever worked with, people passionate about the products and passionate about the brand. The buyers understand the details behind what we're building. The merchandising team gets seasonality, understand trends. But the biggest lesson to me, having come from more of a pure play online background, is the knowledge in the store staff. It sounds a stupid thing to say. It's obvious because they're speaking to staff every day, but they understand how the customers are shopping. They understand where their challenges are. Similar to the customer service team. It's not just customer complaints. If people can't use the website, can't understand how to work it, they go to the customer service team. We've recently done a bit of a kind of refresh of our mattress data, and one of the insights we got talking to the staff is that the biggest upsell kind of opportunity is around spring cant. People don't come and buy a double bed and then decide to get a king-size bed. People don't think they want a soft bed and then get a firm one. But actually, if you have a very similar bed with more springs, it is a good upsell opportunity. But then how do we communicate that on the website? We have a lot of data. Everyone has a lot of data. But the internal search is kind of a good place to start. And I'm not just saying this because of Klevu. But it's, it understands what the customers are searching for, but also what they're not finding. Looking at high exit rates. Where are they struggling to find what they're looking for? We have a lot of our kind of analysis through keyword research and SEO, as well as kind of analysing customer feedback through the surveys we're doing and the reviews. And then it's a challenge of bringing that all together. We spend a lot of time looking for synonyms. We're not confident we're capturing everything up front, but then it's then funneling all that data back to understand search volumes, understand customer intent, but then not just putting it live based on the data, actually reviewing that with real people to understand what works and what doesn't work. So an insight from that is, customers search for firmness in mattress and softness, whereas actually as a business we'd always called it tension. Customers don't think like that, so the website shouldn't think like that either. We've been around a long time, as I said, so, we're quite confident we know what we're doing, but we're also not proud enough to know that there's a lot of people do things better, particularly online. So the mattress example again, there's a lot of newish retailers who've jumped up in the last few years, industry leaders who probably have marketing development budgets bigger than my turnover. What are they doing? Look for patterns in how they're categorizing, patterns in how they're talking about products on the website, and kind of see what their lead message is and take a learning. And one thing was clear kind of across the piece is customers look for firmness. They don't look for size of bed. They look for the type of bed that's comfortable for them and assume it will be available on every side. And that kind of mirrors the conversations we had in store. Then lastly, it's about monitoring and analysing. Out-of-the-box tracking is great, but it doesn't really capture enough on a website. We want to know what people are clicking on, what they're looking at, what they're not looking at, and really define some customer journeys through that. And once you've got those benchmarks in place, we can set agreed KPIs and just constantly learn and evolve and constantly change. It's an ever-moving feast. You're never going to be optimal. You always kind of aim to beat it. So So I think I've got like 45 seconds on this slide, but I probably need like 4.5 hours. But I think you've done all this research into the keywords. You understand the customer's intent. You understand how people are navigating the website. How can you then utilize that data into SEO? You know, PLPs are our key organic landing pages for Heels. For us, it's about understanding, you know, pairs of attributes or triples. So double mattress, velvet corner sofa, and really configuring the Google crawl, the architecture, the no indexing of pages to highlight these specific categories. I think what the biggest success I've had in my career was inheriting a site with 3 million pages in Google and getting that down to 190,000. You know, SEO is never instant, but the results were pretty much instant because Google was just confused at who we were, and overnight we gave them a lot more direction. So yeah, in summary, I mean, customer behavior is changing. The way we see customers now is very different to 2 years ago, is very different to 5 years ago. Technology moves fast as well, but basic data hygiene is always key. So it's always keeping on top of that, getting your base right, thinking about what your customers want, structuring that data, but also the journeys accordingly, but then, you know, not just sticking with all this research into your own world. Speak to the PPC team, speak to the SEO team, speak to your kind of CRM team. You've got a lot of insight here you could use across the wider business. That is me. Thank you very much.